Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2017. Well, I hope nobody will mind my taking off my hat. I always feel like a pumpkin with a chapeau on top. So I want this opportunity to be relaxed and be with you. And most of all, to welcome the members of our Board of Trustees, our honored guest, Major General Bagby, parents, grandparents, and friends of the Academy, and most importantly, the 128th Corps of Cadets, and our graduates of 2017. Before I get started on my remarks, I was excited. You know, this is a wonderful, wonderful place, as I think all of you have seen it. It's an unusual place. There are few places like this. And the people that make the difference year in and year out are the people behind me here, the faculty and staff that work so hard for your sons to produce, we believe, a well-prepared young man who can go out in the world and do great things. Do great things not only for himself, but most importantly for his family and his community and the people around him. Young leaders of character and honor. So if you would give a nice round of applause, I'd like our faculty and staff, if they could stand up, and I'd like to show them a little appreciation. Please stand up. Thank you very much. And as part of that, of course, our Board of Trustees, which works tirelessly and has put this school in the enviable position that it's in. At a time when the military school business has contracted, although we've had our moments and our enrollment will go up or down, we are a school that will endure and have endured for 128 years. I always tell people when they come here, what a special place this is. When I was a young man, the same ages as these boys, and going to a school like this, there was 435 schools like this in America, all-male military prep schools. Today, there are 15. If you look at what's transpired over that period of time, in 1962, when there were 435, that was the exact beginning of the Vietnam War. In 1972, which was the end of the Vietnam War, there were 160. And as I say, today, there are 15 all-male military prep schools in the United States. Our raison d'etre, our reason for being, is to take and produce the best young man that we possibly can. I talk to the boys, I talk to you, that we look at these boys as gems, and it's how many facets can we cut in this beautiful raw material that we have. How many facets can we cut in them? This is a 360-degree education. We believe in maximizing the potential of every individual boy. That potential is different from one boy to another. And if he goes to Yale, we're successful. But if his highest potential is to go to a two-year school, we're equally as successful. But we're most successful when we produce young men of character, young men that know the difference between right and wrong. And as we say in the cadet prayer every single solitary Sunday, the harder right than the easier wrong. And you will be challenged by that as you go forward and look to lead in various areas. You know, one of the guys that I think, it was the Notre Dame coach that I just thought the world of, and he used to say that luck doesn't exist. Luck is the point at which opportunity and preparation meet. You must do the work. You must do the work. If you don't do the work, don't expect a different outcome, okay? That is just a critical thing, and that's something that we try to teach your sons. That's something that we try to instill in them. The other thing that we try to do, and we work so hard to do, is to build resilience in your sons. That is a difficult thing in American society today. You will have setbacks in your life, but you're defined by how you come back from those setbacks in your life. The young men of character, the young men of resilience, they understand what we tell them every week: never quit, never ever quit. Move forward, move towards your fears. A world defined by fear is small. You will never grow. You will never grow unless you go towards your fears. You must be a seeker. You must be a seeker. Seek love. Seek love. Give love. It's easier to love the beautiful than it is to love the ugly, but we all deserve love. Love, honor, truth. Love, honor, truth. If you don't give love, it's very difficult to be loved. When you are a military leader, one of the primary things that you're taught is to take care of your men first and your women. You eat last. Goes all the way back to the cavalry. You water your horse last, okay? You let your men go and water their horses. You take care of the people that you are responsible for. You be accountable and responsible. You lead by your example. But most importantly, your people will not follow you unless they trust you. And you build trust by being honest and forthright and doing the harder right than the easier wrong. This is a wonderful class. You've made many wonderful accomplishments, $4.6 million in scholarships to these 35 boys. That's pretty incredible stuff. And we're so very, very proud of you. I want to take just a moment to remember our brother, Cadet Aduna, who unfortunately was taken away from us at a young age. So we are celebrating today, but I just want to take a moment of silence for Mr. Aduna, Cadet Aduna, if we can, and remember him. And we have here his picture and a flag in his memory. And we miss you, Cadet Aduna, and thank you for all that you gave our school and your brothers here. I want to close with the thought, it really goes back to the Peloponnesian Wars and Thucydides. You know, and this is one of the things and one of the reasons why I'm so proud of you. It's hard to go to one of these schools. The demands that we make on you are significantly different than those of many of your friends that go to public schools. They don't have the same rigorous demands on them in terms of their time. in terms of honor and character and all the things that I've already discussed. You know, Thucydides said that there isn't much difference among men, but there is difference, and this is a paraphrase, there is difference among successful men. They all went to the hardest school. You went to a hard school, you had a hard journey. There's a lot of boys that came here and that are not here graduating with you today for one reason or another. You should be proud of your accomplishment and proud to wear the ring. You are brothers. You are MMA. We are MMA. You will live forever at MMA. That light in the chapel that burns in memorial of your brothers burns for you from this day forward. We are all brothers, and I think you're spectacular brothers. God bless you. God bless the 128th Corps Cadets, and I'm honored to have had the privilege to work and be with you over these last 5 years. Thank you.
Major Edsel Baker, Middle School Associate Dean, will present the Middle School Awards, followed by the Academic Awards. The Stribling Cup for highest efficiency in the middle school is awarded to Cadet Victor Villadent from Masillo, Mexico. The Senator Christopher S. Bond Award for Outstanding Middle School Underclassmen is awarded to Cadet Scout Jones, Mexico, Missouri. The plaque for highest scholarship in the freshman class goes to Yin Sao Wang, Xinzhuang, China. The plaque for the highest scholarship in the sophomore class goes to Samuel Yuan Guo, Pleasanton, California. The plaque for the highest scholarship in the freshman class is awarded to Michael Patrick Naughton, Florissant, Missouri. We now present the Cadet Chorus, directed by Warrant Officer Rob McGrath and accompanied by Major Peggy Raynard.
It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It's hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Our president, Mr. Tony McGeorge, will now present the Principal Award for 2016-2017. The Abbott Albright Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching is awarded to the outstanding teacher for the academic year 2016-2017. This year's recipient is Major Lawrence McClary. The Hymus Trophy for a faculty or staff member voted by fellow faculty members to have done the most for the boys during the year goes to Lieutenant Colonel Willis Kleinsorge. Gabriel Elizondo, Senior Class President, will come forward to make a presentation on behalf of the class of 2017. This gift of $1,163 earned through service projects and gifts is given by the class of 2017 towards a gold eagle and flagpole set in Memorial Chapel as part of the Academy's chapel renovation campaign. The Robert H. Weaver Memorial Award goes to those who best exemplify unconditional effort on behalf of the Academy and the Corps of Cadets towards the goals established by the Parents and Alumni Committee with unceasing drive and commitment to preserve throughout the year in bettering the life at the Academy for the Corps of Cadets. The Weaver Memorial Award recipient for 2017 is the MMA Alumni Association. Accepting the award on behalf of the association is Tom Reynolds, Vice President of the association. The Frisch plaque and stipend for the 11th grade cadet who exemplifies honor and good discipline, academic excellence, and service to the Academy goes to Cadet Carlos Liriano, Marrero, Louisiana. The Dorsey Anderson, class of 1895, cup for the cadet exerting the most gentlemanly example goes to Cadet Victor Arturo Leon Aguilar, Caborca, Mexico. The Red Ireland Class of 1941 Trophy for a Fighting Heart for the cadet who has more of those qualities of loyalty and courage that combine to make a fighting heart goes to Cadet Thomas Huckins, Elko, Nevada. The Mustang Scholars Foundation plaque is awarded to the cadet who works to promote multicultural understanding in the Corps of Cadets. This year's award goes to Sky Spotted Eagle Thunderchild Henio, Dillingham, Alaska. The Company M Club Award goes to Band Company. The company with the highest athletic standing goes to Charlie Company. The company with the highest disciplinary standing is Bravo Company. The Company Spirit Award goes to Delta Company. The company with the highest scholastic standing is Band Company. The company with the highest military standing is Charlie Company. And the Honor Company for 2016-2017 is Bravo Company. The Outstanding Performance by a Company Commander plaque is awarded to Hector Manuel Villanueva, San Pedro Garza Garcia, Mexico. The Don Hooten Class of 1919 Fellowship Cup, voted by the Corps of Cadets to be the senior most valuable to the institution, is awarded to Cadet Alejandro Gastelum Reyes, Calocan, Mexico. The Charles I. Wall Cup, the second highest leadership award given to an MMA cadet, is awarded to a cadet who best typifies those ideals and character, leadership, scholarship, and service upon which the Academy was founded. This cup is named in honor of Stoney Wall, class of 1922. This year, the cup is awarded to Cadet Victor Arturo Leon Aguilar, Caborca, Mexico. Legion of Honor is the highest award which can be given to a cadet at MMA. It is awarded to the outstanding cadet or cadets who demonstrate industry, integrity, leadership, and loyalty to MMA. Our recipient this year is Cadet Alejandro Gastelum Reyes, Calocan, Mexico. Will his parents please join him on stage? Major Baker will present the Dr. James C. Olson Award for the highest scholarship in the class of 2017 and deem him the class 2017 valedictorian. Cadet Gregory Prinster from O'Fallon, Missouri.
Well, we made it. First off, I would like to thank everyone for being here today, especially the parents who had to travel halfway around the world to be here, and to the faculty and staff who made it possible for us to be here today. This is without a doubt the greatest bittersweet moment we have ever faced. On one hand, we will soon take our first step into the unknown threshold that is life and begin our own independent adventures within it. On the other hand, we are leaving our legacies that for some have been in the making for 7 years. Let's start from the beginning. It's funny because we all come here the same, scared, alone, and unfamiliar. We all started like clay, just a clump of minerals that looks like nothing, but has the potential to become anything. But I'll come back to that later. When you come to MMA for the first time, you have this crazy feeling, a feeling of loneliness paired with potential. It's when your parents leave you alone on campus for the first time that you think to yourself, well, I guess they weren't kidding. Then, what's the next step? After that, everything just falls into place. You meet new people, make unbreakable friendships, and move on through the ranks of MMA. After a short time, we all found that one position that we thought would suit us best, and we spent the rest of our time working towards it. We all saw each other grow as people, and more importantly, as leaders. Although many cadets don't understand how the leadership program helps them in life, it's clear to see that you, the parents, do. Otherwise, we would not be here year after year. I, for one, understand the fact that leadership is what moves you through the real ranks of a company or an organization. I've seen the boys around me develop into men of character along my side. I can't wait to meet with my graduating brothers in 5 or 10 years and hear about their families, new cars, and tell old stories. I can't wait to have that nostalgic moment with them. Whether we're talking about Mugabo and his super suit, how cheese does good, or the business I single-handedly started here on the MMA campus. But more importantly, I can't wait to hear the endless success of my brothers, because I can tell you firsthand that the potential of the 2017 class is unmatched. As this is, after all, a valedictorian speech, I thought I should offer some advice from the lessons I've learned at MMA to the graduating class and the underclassmen. First lesson, things happen. As you will see, this one's very personal for me. As many of you know, I was the battalion commander of the 128th Corps of Cadets up until about a month ago. Due to bad choices on my part, I was relieved of that position. Something that I had worked 4 years for was gone in a day. I was devastated. I let down my family, my school, and myself. I'd gone from the top to what felt like the bottom, both physically and mentally. My best friend, Gastelum, had taken over my battalion. Gastelum and I competed for the battalion commander position last year, and were tied up. He had athletics, and I had academics, and we were both credited with having leadership abilities. So I can only guess that they gave it to me because I was better looking. But in the end, he's in charge now, and I couldn't be happier for him or more proud. When I lost my position, I could have given up. I could have chosen that laid-back senior approach. Believe me, I wanted to. But something I've always been taught is a true man's character comes in the face of diversity. I decided to keep working hard, keeping my mouth shut and my head up. I guess the faculty saw that because a week later, I was honored to be designated as the battalion adjutant. Before I say this, I would like to first thank Mr. McGeorge for this action that immensely helped my family and I cope with everything. President McGeorge called my parents a week or so after I was relieved and told them that the way I reacted to what happened was a further credit to everything they thought about me, and it showed more character than many adults show in a hard situation. I say this not to brag. In fact, I wish I didn't have to say it at all. But I say it to show you the result of not giving up, of not putting your head down. People will notice. Like I said, things happen, and it's the way that you react to them that shows your true character. In college, you will be faced with challenges, and you will fail sometimes. Just remember, keep your head up and continue to work hard. Second lesson, work hard now, play later. When you make the realization that school is a small amount of time and hard work to prepare for a lifetime of success, it makes it easier to answer, why should I study for this or that? Although you should undoubtedly enjoy your time here as a student, you must not lose sight of your dreams. In order to take care of your family, own a house, you must work hard now to play later. Keep your eye on the prize. Third and final lesson, always be yourself. People like to throw this one around willy-nilly, but I would like to give true insight into it. Always remember that it's the weird quirks about a person that makes them special and attracts others to them. I can't tell you how many times I've been called goofy or silly by my friends and family. In the past, I thought I was weird in a bad way, but when I tried to change, my friends and family became concerned. They thought I was depressed or troubled. I wasn't having fun, and neither were they. I realized that they liked me, frankly, for me. They liked that I was goofy and silly at times. That is also what really makes a squad a squad. The fact that all different people come together to create such a weird friendship. Furthermore, don't conform to the norm. Don't limit yourself because the people around you do. Going beyond what others do, that's what puts you above them. Don't be afraid to push the boundaries. So wake up each day and say to yourself, today's a new day, and it brings with it a new set of opportunities for me to seize. I have full confidence in myself, my abilities, and my actions. I can do all that I commit myself to do. No obstacle is too big or difficult for me to handle, because what lies outside of me is greater than what lies ahead of me. I will continue improving myself and getting better each day without regard to the opinions of those around me. I will not be held back by regret or mistakes in the past. This leads me back to the topic of clay. In the art of clay, you start by grabbing a clump of clay, add water to soften it, then you slowly mold it into anything you could possibly want. You have the potential to create anything. It takes trial and error, and sometimes certain techniques may not work, till finally you're ready to fire it. When you fire your piece in the oven, you're finalizing the structure at 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. Finally, you're left with a beautiful piece of something that you have created. My brothers, during our time here at MMA, we have molded our lives with the help of faculty and staff. They added water here and there. We went through trial and error of trying new things. And now we sit in the oven moments away from finalizing our boyhoods and taking the first step into manhood. We are moments away from graduating as a class of 2017. Soon we will begin to mold our manhood and life. So what do you want to be? What do you want to create? When you know your goals, mold yourself, add water and let it dry when needed, then fire it up. Become your dream. As I close, I want to encourage you to remember not to conform to the societal norms. It's your personal characteristics that will put you above everyone else. Create and mold your own future. I created a crown because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the King of England within the next 10 years. I would now like to send a couple of quick thank yous. First goes to Captain Roberts. That man has been my mentor and like a second father to me for 4 years. He has done more for my family and I than I could ever thank him. Next is Miss Morris. Besides teaching me about clay, which I realized is life, she always was the person I could go to vent to. She would always stay late just so I could finish my projects. Now if I could have a couple of my friends come up here for a quick presentation. I would like to now, along with the help of a couple of friends, thank the parents. Now I alone could say it, but I'm afraid my language is not significant enough. I will start it off. Fathers, mothers, and families, thank you for your sacrifice. It did not go unnoticed, and we will never forget.
Сайн байцгаана уу? Эрхэм хүндэт эцэг эхчүүдээ. Та бүхэндээ баярлж авдаг шүү. Та бүхний минь сэтгэл болон гаргасан цаг бүхэнд маш их баярлалаа. Цаашдын амьдралдаа амжилт хүсье. Хүндэтгсэн 128 дахь жилийн төгсөгчдөөс.
Padres, madres y familia, gracias por su sacrificio. No fue en vano. Y nosotros nunca lo olvidaremos. Muchas gracias.
父亲、母亲，还有我的家人，感谢你们的无私奉献和给予。这些爱虽然是存于无形中的，是看不见的，但是我们永远都不会忘记。我们不会辜负您的期望和汗水，并且会坚持的带着这些爱，独自前行，走得更远。谢谢。
พ่อแม่ก้องขอบคุณที่ทำให้ก้องมีวันนี้ขอบคุณมากๆก้องจะไม่ทำให้แม่เสียใจขอบคุณครับ
Père, mère, famille, merci pour votre sacrifice. Il n'est pas passé inaperçu et nous n'oublierons jamais.
ndashaka gushimira ababyeyi kuba mwaje muri uyu munsi mukuru wacu ndashaka no kubashimira kubera imbaraga mwashyizemo kugira ngo tubone diplome yo muri secondaire murakoze
Pais, mães e família, obrigado pelo sacrifício de vocês. Todo esse trabalho não passou despercebido. Não iremos nunca esquecer de vocês. Obrigado a todos.
Finally, I would like to thank you, the class of 2017. Thank you for letting me become a part of your lives and helping me to become the man I am today. Thank you for becoming a part of my already enormous family. I would thank individuals, but I'm pretty sure I'd forget someone. Thank you all for listening to my final speech as an MMA cadet, battalion adjutant, in the class of 2017, valedictorian. Have a safe ride back and best wishes. Peace out.
Wow. I am so proud at this minute. I am honored to be associated with you, Mr. Prinster. You're everything that this school stands for. And God bless you, son. You're something. I'm glad I'm here today. That was one of the best things. That's so fantastic. I am truly honored, truly, truly honored. You are a man of great character, and you've been through a lot. And Mr. Castellum, you supported your friend. Your friendship could have broken up. It's been one of the great stories. And I'm honored. I'm honored. With General Bagby, I'm half Italian, so I cry a lot. So I want to get myself together. This is what makes this school great. And I couldn't be more honored to have somebody like yourself here to witness this brotherhood of wonderful young men and their families that produce boys like this. Really something. Well, now let me tell you about a wonderful man, Major General Byron S. Bagby. I had the pleasure of meeting him recently with General Petraeus at Westminster. And I can tell you, he's just a wonderful person and was so helpful to my wife and I, and so gracious, and went out of his way to set up an opportunity for us to speak and get to know Major General Petraeus. And we have invited General Petraeus, to our campus, and I've received a note from him, and he will be visiting the 129th Corps of Cadets, and we're greatly honored, and we owe a lot of that to you, and we greatly appreciate it. Major General Bagby is a native of Fulton, Missouri, and he graduated from Westminster College in 1978. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics, and while he's at Westminster, he was on the track team and earned a commission upon completing his Army ROTC. Throughout his 33-year career in the United States Army, Byron held command and staff positions up to the 2-star level, both overseas and here in the United States. Having served 5 of the Army's 10 divisions, he has held command positions in the 82nd Airborne, the 101st Airborne Division. He's been combat deployed in Grenada and Afghanistan, and has served the Pentagon on the Joint Staff and the Army staff. His overseas experience includes Korea and Germany and the Netherlands. Before serving the staff at the United States Military Academy, Byron earned his master's degree from the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. He served as a commandant of the Joint Forces Staff College in Norfolk, Virginia, and as Chief Defense and Cooperation Commander in Cairo, Egypt. Byron managed the largest security cooperation program in the world, with a program valued at over $1.3 billion. He has earned many honors and many decorations, including the Army Distinguished Service Medal, 4 Defense Superior Service Medals. He is a qualified Army Ranger and a master parachutist. Byron retired from the United States Army in 2011 after 33 years of faithful service to his country. He's the managing partner of BMB Solutions, LLC, and which is a consulting firm specializing in executive leadership and development and security cooperation in international relations. Byron has wife Monique, and they currently reside in Alexandria, Virginia. Please welcome our keynote speaker, Major General Byron Bagby.
Well, I want to thank President McGeorge for that wonderful, generous introduction. And before I get into my prepared remarks, I want to share with you that serving as the reviewing officer for this morning's graduation parade was an absolute joy to this old soldier who served 33 years in uniform, and watching the battalion pass in review and conduct the change of responsibility, change of command was phenomenal for me to witness and to be your reviewing officer. And the second thing I want to tell you is I have attended hundreds of graduations at different levels, at the secondary level, undergraduate and graduate. I've spoken at probably 10 of those events, but watching Cadet Prinster give his valedictorian address today is the absolute best indication of character, honor, and serving a lifetime of service to our great nation. So Greg, my best to you and your family. Congratulations. It's always a pleasure for me to visit Central Missouri. As you know, I am from Fulton, Missouri, as President McGeorge mentioned. I also had an aunt and uncle and 2 cousins who lived here in Mexico. And I also was a part of the track team at Westminster College and Fulton, Missouri, the Fulton High School team. And with there only being 3 indoor tracks in Central Missouri, 2 of them were on the campus of the University of Missouri, and 1 of them was here. I spent a lot of time here, usually once or twice a week, coming over for practice using your indoor facility. So it's always a pleasure for me to come back to Mexico, Missouri. To President McGeorge, the staff, faculty, trustees of the Missouri Military Academy, to the family and friends of today's graduates, and last but certainly not least, to the graduates of the 128th graduating class from the Missouri Military Academy, good morning to all of you. When I'm invited to speak at an event like this, especially a graduation from a secondary school of higher learning, I think back to my graduation from that particular level of education. When I graduated from Fulton High School, I know who my guest speaker was. I do not know anything that he said, and I also know that he spoke for 52 minutes. My friends, I will not speak for 52 minutes. I'm sure you're happy about that. Each of us present today would agree that today is a very special day. It's a special day for the Missouri Military Academy, a special day of the staff and faculty of this 128-year-old institution, and it's a special day for the 35 graduates who will move on to the next phase of your lives. Those of you who are graduating today join a long line of MMA graduates who've gone on to make their mark in the world. Great individuals such as Maxie Anderson, class of 1952, who completed the first nonstop transatlantic balloon flight. General Clifton B. Gates, class of 1910, the 19th Commandant of the U.S. Marine Corps. Jess Larson, the first administrator of the U.S. General Services, who was in that position from 1949 to 1953. And Jochen Dobdub, the class of 1981, who was the Bolivian Minister Extraordinary Plenipotentiary, the ambassador to Japan a few years ago. This morning I have 3 very basic elements of advice to share with you as you go on to move on life's journey and make your marks on the world. First of all, be yourself and make a difference. Second, learn to be resourceful. And 3, the importance of attitude as you move down this road we call life. First of all, being yourself and making a difference. The 2 most important days of your life are, 1, the day you were born, And second, the day you discover why you were born. That's the day you discover your life's purpose, what you're all about, find your niche in life. Each of us are born with our own identities, our own personalities, our own set of personal core values. All of us are born as individuals, but it's sometimes disappointing to see how people of all ages spend a lifetime trying to be somebody else. As you move down life's pathway, determine what your core purpose is. What defines you today? How do you want to be seen in the near and distant future? I'm often reminded of a story that I read a number of years ago. Many of you may have heard it before, but it doesn't hurt to be reminded of this story every once in a while. Once upon a time, there was an old man who used to go to the ocean and do his writing. He had a habit of walking to the beach every morning before he began his work. Early one morning, he was walking along the shore after a big storm had passed, and he found this vast beach littered with starfish as far as the eye could see in both directions. Off in the distance, the old man noticed a small boy approaching. As the boy walked, he paused every so often, and as he grew closer, the man could see that the young man would occasionally bend down and pick up an object and throw it back into the sea. As the boy came closer, the man called out, "Good morning. May I ask what it is that you're doing?" The young boy paused and looked up and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean. The tide has washed them up on the beach, and they can't return to the sea by themselves. As the sun gets high, unless I throw them back into the water, they will die." The old man replied, "There must be tens of thousands of starfish on this beach. I'm afraid you really won't be able to make much of a difference." The boy bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it as far as he could into the ocean, and then turned to the old man and smiled. "I made a difference for that one." The moral of the story is, one person can make a difference, even only for one or for many. So my challenge to you is, do what you can to make a difference in your life for one or many. Next, I want to talk about learning to be resourceful, learning to create, learning to work through life's challenges, and to be resilient. You'll go through life where things happen to you that are largely out of your control, and your ability to create and to contain the unexpected will help you to stand out amongst many of your peers. I read a story once of Itzhak Perlman, who on the 18th of November of 1995 came on stage to give a concert at Lincoln Center in New York City. If you've ever been to one of Perlman's concerts or have seen one of his concerts on television, you know that him getting on stage was no small achievement. Because of polio, he had heavy braces, and on both legs, he used crutches to walk. As he walked across the stage at Lincoln Center, one step at a time, painfully and slowly, he finally got to his seat. He sat down, put his crutches down, and then released the clasp on the braces on his leg. He tucked one foot into the back and extended the other foot forward. And then he bent down to pick up his violin, put it under his chin, and nodded to the conductor to begin to play. Itzhak Perlman had gone through this pre-play process hundreds of times before, but this time something went wrong. Just as he finished playing the first few bars, there was a loud pop. One of the strings on his violin broke, and you could hear it snap all across the concert hall. Everyone in the room realized what had happened, and they wondered, what on earth is Mr. Perlman going to do? The expectation is that he would reattach his braces, pick up his crutches, and go looking for a new string or another violin to play. But he didn't. Perlman sat there for a moment, closed his eyes, and then amazingly signaled to the conductor to begin again. The orchestra began, and Itzhak Perlman recomposed the piece in his head and played the incredible concert with power, passion, and purity with just 3 strings. When he finished, there was an awesome silence across the room, and people began to rise to their feet and cheer wildly. From every corner of the auditorium, they screamed and clapped. Mr. Perlman smiled, wiped the sweat from his brow, raised the violin bow to thank the crowd, then in a very small, quiet, reverent tone said, "Sometimes it's the artist's task to find out how much music you can still make with what you have left." The lessons of this story are, 1, the best opportunities are sometimes visible, but they can't be seen. 2, refusing to allow the perfect to get in the way of the good. 3, recognizing that the future is not a destination, but a place you create. And 4, not allowing someone's opinion to become your reality. My question to you, can you create and be successful with just 3 strings instead of 4? So far, I've talked about being yourself and making a difference in lives, and also being resourceful. My last point is attitude. Of the 3 elements of advice I will give to you this morning, this last, in my view, is most important. It is the thread that connects the other 2 and all other elements of advice you've gotten from your parents, your faculty, mentors, and others as you move on to the next phase of your life. I once read a quote that stated, "The only real disability in life is a bad attitude." According to a Stanford Research Institute study, the path to success is comprised of 88% attitude and only 12% education. This does not imply that education is not important. It only goes to show how vital it is to foster the proper attitude in regards to one's success. I read a quote by the Reverend Dr. Charles Swindoll, which speaks to the importance of attitude, and it reads as follows: "The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than what other people say, think, or do. It will make or break a company, a church, or a home. The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude that we embrace for that particular day. We can't change the inevitable. The only thing that we can do is play the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. Therefore, it is with you. You are in charge of your attitude." In summary this morning, I want to reiterate the 3 points I've made. Be yourself. Be an individual. Make a difference in the lives of others, your family. Number 2, learn to be resourceful. Learn to be resilient. Learn to create when things do not go as planned. Finally, the importance of attitude as you traverse this journey that we call life. It's been an honor for me to have been invited to be the commencement speaker for the 128th commencement ceremony for the Missouri Military Academy. I'm thankful to President McGeorge for inviting me here today to be the commencement speaker, and thank this entire Academy's team, the alumni, the current cadets, the graduates, the staff, faculty, for what you do in providing a venue of development, 360-degree development for those who come here for their education. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless each and every one of you here this morning, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Will the class of 2017 please rise? Mr. McGeorge, I have the honor of presenting the graduating class of 2017. Since they have completed satisfactorily the course of study as prescribed by the Missouri Military Academy accredited by the Independent Schools Association of the Central States, I recommend that they be awarded their diplomas. Class, be seated.
The class of 2017 has earned over $4.6 million in scholarships this year. Gentlemen, please come forward to receive your diploma as I call your name. Tugaldor and Altangarel. Yadnekachu McAllister Atkins. Jose Maria Balanza. Leonardo Caruso. Raul Alejandro Correa Zavala. Sugar Dashdava. Rory Michael Davis. Charles Mark Eckert. Gabriel Elizondo. Raul Rafael Escarcega Martinez. Sean Michael Fitzgerald. Cesar Alonso Garza. Alejandro Gastelum Reyes. Griffin Allen Gilman. Mig Raul Gisa. Oibek Kirkland. Parker Gregory Kuntz. Yashing Liu. Ernesto Melgar. Antonio Montes. Nagoga Julian Mugabo. Bayar Erdin Odok Bayar. Fotsavat Pungsfoy. Gregory Mitchell Prinster. Ramon Edmundo Rodriguez Medina. Javier Salazar. Robert Lester Shields. Jean-Luc Chaka. Juan Diego Silva Zunga. Benjamin Alexander Snyder Bilbrey. Aaron Michael Thompson. Hector Manuel Villanueva. Maxwell Preston Weiss. Lihan Jiang. Xinghui Jiang.
Will the class of 2017 and their families please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby declare you are graduates of the Missouri Military Academy as of this day, May 27th, in the year of our Lord 2017, and as such you are entitled to the rights and privileges thereunto and pertaining to. Congratulations to the class of 2017. You're officially graduated.
For those of you not already, please rise as Mr. Rob McGrath leads us in singing Old MMA and remain standing as the colors are retired.
Class of 2017, please receive this benediction. Do not merely follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Only those who risk going too far will find out how far they can go. So go forth into the world as strong leaders, guiding with intelligence and kindness as inspired thinkers, creatively seeking positive change as dedicated citizens and volunteers ready to work for justice as active members of your new communities. Amen.
Cadets, remain standing. Guests, please be seated until the cadets have left the building. And then please join us on front campus for final formation.